It was hard. A lot of team speed on the other sideline there, and I think they outran us quite a bit when they got in space. It was tough sailing for us. We missed way too many tackles defensively, but I'm proud of our guys. We came back and got the last 4 or 5 possessions. We got stops. We got some 3-and-outs there and made them punt. But and then offensively, I think we were too inconsistent. We had some moments where we looked good. I thought our running backs looked really good. I thought Kyle played really well, played hard. And so, it's hard to figure out what to take away when you play a BCS school.
Did you learn anything in particular about position, the side of the ball, anything like that you didn't know a few hours ago?
Well, I mean, we saw some young guys. We played a lot of guys in there, especially on the defensive side of the ball, and some of the guys we brought in did a really nice job for us. Other than the fumble, I thought Nick, fought and played like he's capable of playing. And up front, I thought we protected our quarterback pretty good. So, there'll be some things we can take away from this. But again, I think Virginia's a well-coached football team. They knew what they wanted to do. They had a great plan coming in, and then they utilized their athletes, and that's what really good coaches do. So, all the credit to Virginia. I thought they did a fantastic job.
You speak to the delay, and if that had a major effect on you guys or them or anything?
Nah, it probably affects us both the same way.
Um,
Thank goodness we had a good locker room. I've been at some FCS places where you can't survive for 2 hours.
And looking forward, what do you take out of this in terms of maybe the last quarter or so that you moved the ball better?
Yeah, I mean, right before the rain, we moved the ball there, and we had a couple drives that were pretty good. And I think the defense, we got some stops. We got 2 4th-down stops there, and we got a couple 3-and-outs. So, there's a lot to take away there. But we'll see. We'll evaluate players and see who played well and who stepped up. But, I thought everybody gave it their best effort. Virginia was a better football team tonight.
You kind of touched on it's difficult to evaluate games like this. So what do you tell the guys after something like this? You tell them, hey, listen, let's go back next week and we'll wipe it clean, or you try and take some lessons?
Well, we'll make corrections on some of the tackling, some of the angles that we took. We will make corrections. There's going to be a lot of mistakes out there, and we'll have to figure that out and make sure that we're correcting things that we need to correct. But it was tough. I mean, they ran. The guy. They had a long pass. The guy made a remarkable catch. Number 8's an NFL prospect. Number 11, it was I think he's a transfer from probably one of the MAC schools and was really good there. So we knew we were playing against some really good wideouts, and their tight ends are really good too. So it was tough, but I do think we missed way too many tackles, so we got to fix that.
It seems like you guys came through it relatively healthy.
Yeah, that's what Matt said, but when Joe Olivadotti walks in my office about 3 o'clock on Sunday, it's never good news. So I'm going to tell him, you said we came out relatively clean, and if he comes in with something, then I'm going to tell him you're very disappointed in him. Normally, but yeah, I mean, really, the only guy that couldn't keep participating was C.J. Frazier, and he had a little hamstring deal.
When Kyle lost his helmet in the first half, Snellshire came in. Is that protocol for you guys, or how come it was him? And what was the decision to send him in because Kyle had to come out for a play?
Well, what we're trying to do is we're trying to redshirt Cam Coleman. Cam will play in 4 games this year for us in the playoffs if need be, but we're trying to reserve a red shirt. So we'll get to a point where we're going to probably need Cam at some point in time, maybe to spark us if he plays well, But he's taking the 2 reps. He's getting a lot of reps, and So we're trying to save a red shirt on him if at all possible, but you never know how that'll work.
John, whenever you are ready.
Jabril, could you start with just talking about the challenges their receivers pose? Very physical, big people.
You know, obviously these guys are a little bit bigger at this level compared to the FCS level. I think they gave us a challenge early on, just trying to figure out how to tackle them and bringing them down to the ground. I think in the second half, as the game went on, I think we got a lot better. But yeah, they definitely posed a challenge to us in that first half.
You've been around long enough to know that these first games sometimes include some sloppy tackling just because you don't do much in August.
Yes, sir.
Is that part of it?
I think that can be a factor in it, but at the end of the day, when the lights come on and we line up in between those lines, we have to be better players, and we will be better players.
Kyle, it seemed to get more productive as the evening wore on. Why was that offense?
I think Virginia did a really good job of when they came out. They gave us some more of man coverage than we were expecting. We really thought they were going to go two robber on us. And I think our offensive line did a great job tonight in the run game. They were getting pushed for us. And I think just as the game wore on, obviously, I think they probably pulled some of their starters, which made it easier. But I also think that we started to get like a little bit of a groove. And we had a little bit of confidence, even though that we were getting pushed back pretty hard sometimes and losing. But I think our confidence was growing. Like, we knew we could get down the field. I think it was really good that we scored before half.
Jabril, what do you think that the Spiders learned about themselves in a positive way tonight?
I think we learned that we can do it. We have the ability, we have the guys to be a great team like we have been in the past, and obviously resiliency. That's one of the biggest things that we have to continue to move forward with, and I think that we will.
Kyle, the coach said that games like this can be a challenge to evaluate. What do you take out of it?
I think they can be hard to evaluate. I would say that the one thing that you can always evaluate is how you execute a play. That doesn't take out matching someone or being more skillful than them. It's all about how do we run the plays. And I think there's some execution plays that we can clean up, and I think that's how we got to evaluate ourselves. And then also, just miss assignments and stuff like that. We just got to clean those up, and I think we're going to be a very good offense this year.
Why do you say that? Well, why do you think you're going to be good on offense?
I think we're going to be good on offense because I think we're bringing some momentum from last year into it this year. We had some of our best games against some of the top guys in the CAA, and I think that we're going to be able to run the ball on teams, which we did a little bit tonight. I just think we showed flashes, and then I think our passing game is going to really open up. Obviously, it rained a little bit. That kind of slows down them wanting to call throwing plays, and then they were giving us great boxes to run, so why throw the ball when you can run the ball? So I think that once we get those two dynamics going, we're going to be a very powerful offense.
Jabril, what did the Spiders do during the delay?
We were able to, we didn't have our tablets working at the time, but our defensive coordinator and all the defensive coaches, they had a time to be able to go over some of the plays on a live copy and kind of see what was hurting us in the first half, and we were able to regroup and kind of get our legs underneath us and continue to move forward to play at a high level.
Was it strictly rest, or do you stretch, or do you eat?
Well, our strength and conditioning coach had peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for us, so that was very helpful. And then we did a stretch before we went out on the field. We went through a thorough stretch before we went on the field.